I'm wrapping up a very busy summer of travel. In the last 3 months, I've had trips working with some of the biggest brands in the world. I've been to business retreats, been on motorbike road trips, had family visits, and the list goes on. So with all of this travel, I'm gonna run you through what I believe is the perfect minimalist travel EDC for the traveler who wants to stay connected, productive, and creative whilst on the road. So let's dive in. All right, let's first kick things off with the bags, because yes, we've got 2 bags in this EDC. The first one is this Lululemon crossbody bag. I've recently fallen in love with crossbody bags. They're super convenient and so easy to access. It's like having a big pocket on your chest. Regardless of how you think they look, I love them. So that's bag number 1. And bag number 2, which is actually the same from last year, we've got the Brevity jumper. I'm also a huge fan of this bag. It's kind of like a half camera bag, half just regular backpack, which is super nice. And yeah, huge fan of this guy. So let's dive into what is inside. Whoop, put that down safely. Well, let's dive into what is inside the Lululemon crossbody bag first. There's 2 pockets on this crossbody bag. So we've got one at the front here, and then we've also got one at the back. The one at the back purely just stores an air tag. So if I ever misplace this, which God forbid I do, I'll hopefully be able to track it down. So that's the back one, and then we've got inside here. Let's dive into the 2 little mesh pockets at the front. We first got AirPods. These are the AirPods 3, I believe. They're not the Pros. I hate the little rubber things that go into your ears. They just don't fit or sit or hold in my ears whatsoever. So that's why I have the ones without the little rubber parts. So there's no noise cancellation whatsoever. These are just great for phone calls, moving around busy airports, whatever the case. Huge fan of these. So that's that out of the way. We've also then got a very small amount of cash. This is about 10 Aussie dollars in Indonesian rupiah. And the reason I have this in here is just in case I need a little bit of money to, hire a little cart at the airport for some reason, or tip someone, or get a short taxi somewhere, whatever the case, wherever I am or wherever I'm going, I like to have a little bit of their currency in my bag and always handy. So that's that out of the way. Then I guess on the topic of money, I've got the Apple Wallet here. Now, this isn't connected to the back of my phone, although it could be, but I really like just having this wallet. I find that having a nice spot for 3 important cards is very cool, and I actually very rarely have this stuck to the back of my phone. At least I don't anymore. I used to, loved having this on the back of my phone, but now I just like having it solo. And in here, I've got my license, I've got my physical credit card, and then I've also got my health insurance card. So that lives in here permanently, and I hardly find myself ever pulling that out because, let's be honest, everything works with Apple Pay nowadays, and there's nothing more convenient than just being able to pay with your phone. All right, moving on, we have then got the phone of choice, the iPhone 15 Pro Max. Absolutely love this phone. Extremely excited for the iPhone 16 Pro and Pro Max, hopefully within a few weeks or days, or maybe it's already live, depending on when this video goes live. Either way, I cannot wait to get my hands on that. A whole load of content coming very shortly on that phone. The phone does everything. It has the boarding passes, has the emails, the WhatsApp, the text messages, the social media, whatever the case. I have no idea how people used to travel without a phone. I fortunately have never had to travel without a phone, so very blessed. Anyway, iPhone 15 Pro Max, and then last but not least, passport. Can't go very far without one of these. So that all lives in my Lululemon crossbody bag. I find that it's just the most important stuff. Of course, if I have any physical boarding passes or tickets or bag tags or whatever that I need to store as well, that'll be in there. And it's just easy to access it on the go. You're going through customs, whatever, you need to scan the passport instead of having to put the backpack down, get it out. It just lives all in here. Like I said, it's like a big pocket on your chest, which is super nice. So apart from having my crossbody bag on me, I've actually got a few other things that usually live on me while I'm traveling. First up is a watch. This is the Tissot Le Loc with the white face. I've had this watch for about 2 years now, and I absolutely love it. It's my first and only mechanical watch. I find it fits perfectly on my wrist. And yeah, just a huge fan of this guy. I picked this up on a trip when I was in Malaysia. I fell in love with it as soon as I saw it. Super blessed and happy to be able to have a watch like this. I'm definitely no watch guru at all, but I can definitely appreciate a nice watch. Next up is a pair of sunglasses, usually not in the airports when I don't have these on, they're just living in my backpack. However, making sure you're keeping your eyes nice and protected is always a priority, at least in my world. So always having these available is important. And then I have my headphones of choice, which are the Sony, what are these? The WH-1000 XM4 Headphone names are absolutely ridiculous, but I usually roll around with these on all the time unless I have my AirPods in. Just the noise cancellation drowns out everything else in the background. Of course, hard when someone's trying to talk to you, but having these on is it just makes the whole travel experience a lot nicer. So that's what kind of lives on me while I'm traveling. We've got the headphones, the sunglasses, and of course, the watch. Now let's move on to what is in my tech bag. So as I mentioned before, this is the Brevity jumper in the green colorway. And like I said, I love this bag because it's super low key. I'm about to show you exactly why I love this bag. So up here is like the normal area. You can put it's just a hole, if you will. It just stores stuff. And then here, if you open this flap, this is where the camera gear lives. And let's kick things off with the camera gear. The camera of choice that I love traveling with is the Sony A7Cii Mark II. 33 megapixels, full frame sensor. Love this camera body. It shoots vlogs, it shoots great looking video, it shoots great looking photos. I couldn't ask for something better. So with that out of the way, my first lens, and yes, I travel with two lenses, is the 50mm f1.4 G Master. Something about this lens that I can't put my finger on as to why I love it so much. But this comes with me anywhere. And then the lens that is filming this video right now, the 20mm f1.8, it's the lens I shoot all my vlogs on. And this also comes with me everywhere I go. Absolutely love it. The drone of choice that I've been rocking absolutely everywhere right now is the Mini 4 Pro. This is the remote for it, and then this is the drone itself. It's crazy the remote is bigger than the drone, but this drone is super tiny. It's bite-sized. It could fit in a pocket if you needed it to. So yeah, this just makes traveling with a drone so much easier, and you can also fly it in many more places, countries, and so on and so forth because it's so small and it weighs hardly anything. And that's all the camera gear out of the way, aside from, if we open up the top pocket here, we have got the Rode VideoMic Pro. I'm thinking about switching it out, and maybe because I just dropped it, to one of the Sony mics that just attach to the hot shoe on the top of a Sony camera. One, it reduces the amount of cables I have to carry around, and two, they're far smaller. This guy is ginormous, next to my head for comparison there, and next to the camera for comparison as well. So it gets a load of attention when you're out and about, but also just takes up more space in my bag. In the top compartment, we have also got a journal and a pen. I love journaling. I love doing my to-do lists physically. I don't particularly like doing a to-do list on my computer. So being able to journal and then do a to-do list next to each other, that is how I get stuff done. So this is a non-negotiable for me. And then I believe that could be, aside from something in this little pocket here, oh yes, that is all that is in the top part here. And then I have this USB-C dock. This is for my computer of choice, but I have two USB-C ports, two USB-A ports, and an HDMI port. I'm really only using those USB-C ports, but this was the best dock I could find. It is from Anker. And then finally, if we close this up before things start going flying, we open this up right here. We have got some USB-C cables, and then of course I have got a handful of SSDs. Depending on where I'm going, what I'm traveling for, and depending on what I'm shooting, I'll take different SSDs, different speeds, different amounts of storage, and they live in the front of my bag. And then moving on to the computer of choice, which might come as a little bit of a surprise, it is the iPad Pro. This is not the brand new M4 super slim one. This is the M1 iPad. I've never had any performance issues with this iPad, so I find it absolutely irrelevant to upgrade. And yeah, I'm not doing any crazy video editing on this iPad at all. All it does is edit photos and transfer files for me, which is why I have this dock. And that's pretty much it. I can do emails on here, I can do note taking, I can do messages, whatever I need to do. This has become a little bit of a computer replacement if I don't need to be working on the road. And by working on the road, I just mean editing videos. Otherwise I can do everything else on here. It is also living in the starting to get pretty beat up iPad Pro keyboard case, the one that just snaps on magnetically. This is a bit of an overkill case, in my opinion. It doesn't do much protecting. The keyboard's nice-ish. However, I just like the Apple ecosystem. I know that things work when they're Apple, so instead of getting a third-party case, I stuck with the Apple one, and I don't regret it at all. So anyway, that wraps up my travel minimalist everyday carry for when I'm on the road and I need to stay connected, productive, and creative. Everything in these bags helps me do what I do best and all serves a purpose in some way. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new around here, a subscribe would mean the world, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.